The first big leaks for the Hasselblad X2D II are out, and we're not just talking about a minor tweak here. These are potentially game-changing upgrades that could finally fix some of the biggest headaches for medium-format photographers. For years, picking up a Hasselblad meant making a trade-off. You got that legendary image quality, that unbelievable color, and a camera body that felt like it was carved from a single block of metal. But you gave up speed. You gave up modern conveniences. You gave up the kind of autofocus that pretty much every other camera user has taken for granted for a decade. The question was always the same: is the image quality worth the pain? Well, the leaks for the X2D II are suggesting that painful compromise might finally be over. We're talking about everything from a wild new LiDAR autofocus system to a sensor that could push image quality even further. We're going to break down every single leaked feature to see if this is the camera that finally makes medium format a practical choice for everyone. And trust me, there's one rumored feature that could change the entire game. Before we get to the good stuff, let's remember the camera this is all based on, the X2D II. By every measure, it is a brilliant stills camera. It creates some of the most beautiful, detailed, and just breathtaking files on the planet. That 100-megapixel sensor, combined with Hasselblad's natural color solution, gives you tones that are just stunningly true to life. The build quality is incredible, and putting a 1TB internal SSD inside was a genius move that freed photographers from juggling memory cards on a shoot. But it wasn't perfect. The autofocus, even though it was an improvement, was still a sore spot. For landscapes, deliberate portraits, or studio work, it was fine. But anything that moved, forget it. Face detection was there, but it was basic, and trying to track a moving subject was a recipe for frustration. This kept the camera locked in its very specific niche. On top of that, the 7-stop in-body image stabilization was good, but with competitors pushing that technology further, it felt like there was room to grow. And then there was the big one, the decision that split the community right down the middle: the complete lack of video. In a world where clients want both photos and video, this felt less like a purist statement and more like a competitive disadvantage, especially with its main rival, the Fujifilm GFX series, eating its lunch on the hybrid front. These weren't small complaints, they were massive roadblocks for a lot of working pros. You loved the X2D II for its art, but you didn't always love it for the job. The leaks suggest the X2D II is about to fix that. Thanks to FCC filings that are now public, along with a flood of corroborating leaks, we have a pretty clear idea of what the X2D II is bringing to the party. This doesn't look like a simple refresh, it feels like a total overhaul of what a Hasselblad can be. Let's break down the biggest rumored upgrades. First, and this is the headline act, is the autofocus. Leaks from multiple sources, including FCC filings, confirm the X2D II is set to feature a LiDAR-based autofocus system. This is the single biggest jump. LiDAR, which stands for light detection and ranging, uses lasers to create a hyper-accurate depth map of the scene. Its performance doesn't rely on light or contrast the way old systems do. For Hasselblad, this is a revolution. It promises a massive boost in focusing speed and accuracy, especially in the low-light situations where a big sensor should shine. This isn't just about catching up, it's about using the tech from their partnership with DJI to potentially leapfrog the competition. The leaks also point to much improved face detection AF, a critical feature for making portraits quick and reliable. This one change alone could transform the camera from a slow, methodical tool into something you could actually use for fashion, events, or even on the street. Second is the sensor and stabilization. While it seems to be staying at 100 megapixels, leaks suggest it's a new backside illuminated BSI sensor design. A BSI sensor is more efficient at gathering light, which should mean better performance in the dark and even more dynamic range. Hasselblad is reportedly keeping its legendary 16-bit color and 15 stops of dynamic range, so the core image quality is only getting better. Paired with this is what leaks describe as an upgraded 5-axis in-body image stabilization, now rated for up to 8 stops of compensation. That's a full stop better than the last one and puts it ahead of many rivals. It means more chances to nail sharp shots by hand, freeing the camera from the tripod. Third, a few workflow and design tweaks. Hasselblad is wisely keeping the huge 1TB internal SSD still a killer feature no one else has, and backing it up with a CFexpress Type-B card slot for when you need it. The iconic design is still there, but leaked images suggest a new top LCD screen for checking settings at a glance, along with refined top controls. And according to FCC filings, they've added Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, which should make wireless workflows much smoother. These three upgrades alone, the LiDAR AF, the rumored BSI sensor, and the 8-stop IBIS, are enough to make this a massive deal. They hit every major weakness of the last generation head-on. But of all these, the rumor that's causing the most chatter is the most speculative one. Before we get into that, let me know in the comments, what are you most excited about? A Hasselblad with actually fast autofocus, or being able to shoot handheld with that no IBIS? Drop a comment, and if you're down there, hitting subscribe would be awesome. Alright, now for the rumor I teased at the start, the one that could truly change everything for Hasselblad. I'm talking about video. For years, Hasselblad has taken a very firm stance. Our cameras are for pure photography. The X2D II was the perfect example of this, proudly shipping with no video capabilities whatsoever. But the leaks around the X2D II hint at a complete reversal of that philosophy. While it's not confirmed like the other specs, multiple sources are now pointing toward the inclusion of 4K video recording. Some rumors even whisper about 10-bit color and maybe even professional codecs like ProRes or a high bitrate H.265. Let's be real, if this is true, it's a seismic shift. This isn't just adding a feature, it's Hasselblad finally admitting that the line between photographer and videographer has basically disappeared. The hardware certainly seems ready for it. The processing power needed for a LiDAR system is huge and is exactly what you need for continuous video AF. That giant internal SSD is perfect for massive video files, and 8-stop IBIS would be a gift for smooth handheld shots. Adding video would instantly put the X2D II in a head-to-head fight with the Fujifilm GFX102, which has become a favorite for hybrid shooters. It would open up the Hasselblad world to a new wave of creators who can't spend over $8,000 on a camera that only does one thing. This move would finally silence one of the biggest criticisms against the brand and make the X2D II a much stronger contender in today's market. If Hasselblad actually pulls this off, they could finally merge their iconic look with modern filmmaking. So, what does all this add up to? Based on the leaks, the Hasselblad X2D II is shaping up to be a landmark camera. The story is simple. The problem was that Hasselblad's incredible image quality was trapped behind a slow, clunky experience. The solution appears to be a whole suite of modern tech designed to tear down those walls. The LiDAR autofocus and 8-stop IBIS directly attack the usability advantage that Fujifilm's GFX series has held for so long. While the GFX system has more lenses and is more mature, Hasselblad seems to be closing the gap on the actual experience of using the camera. For photographers already in the Hasselblad system, the familiar design and lens compatibility make this a seriously tempting upgrade. For pros who have been sitting on the fence, this could be the camera that finally pushes them over. The rumored blend of speed, stability, and that classic Hasselblad look makes it a far more flexible tool for everything from high fashion to documentary work. Leaks suggest a release around August 2025, with a price tag likely falling somewhere between $8,500 and $9,000. That feels like a reasonable bump for upgrades of this scale. In the end, the Hasselblad X2D II leaks paint a picture of a company that has been paying very close attention. They've seemingly taken the soul of the X2D II, its incredible sensor, color, and design, and surgically implanted the modern performance it was missing. The result is a camera that promises to be not just a tool for making beautiful art, but a fast, practical, and responsive partner for a working professional. It's a camera that no longer asks you to choose between iconic quality and modern speed. It looks like it wants to give you both. If that LiDAR autofocus is as good as it sounds, and especially if those video rumors turn out to be true, the Hasselblad X2D II won't just be an update. It will be a statement. It will be Hasselblad declaring that the future of medium format isn't just about resolution, but about revolution. As soon as this camera is officially announced, you know we'll have a full hands-on review right here. So make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching.